Right, so today we're going to be putting the new Nikon ZR through its paces. I've got not one, but two cameras in to test, and we're going to be looking at things like the audio quality, the new SmallRig cage, and whether it's any good for vlogging. I've actually got one filming me right now with no microphone whatsoever. This is just the camera's inbuilt microphones and the screen facing me. I've got internal 32-bit flow and the Ozo technology, which allows us to direction those microphones towards me. So I'm hopeful. Let's find out if it's any good. But before we get into the rest of the video, there's just something that I want to mention that has been an absolute game changer to my video creation workflow, which is actually, when I was filming videos before, I have this little table set up here, which means I have a tripod behind the table. And anytime I'd want to start and stop the camera, I'd have to go around the table, press the button, start and stop. Or I'd have to use a phone app that would allow me to see the images and work about 80% of the time. So what I've tried to do now is I'm actually running a cable from the camera all the way underneath the table onto the Nikon MCN10, and this little guy has been absolutely fantastic because it's got a joystick and all of the buttons that the camera can take use of, which means I can scrub through my video, fast forward, come back, pause. I can change my focus settings, I can change my aperture, my shutter speed, and more importantly, trigger the camera remotely, which is really, really nice, and it's absolutely improved my life 100%. If you're looking to pick up a cage for the Nikon ZR, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a preview onto some of the features of the cage. Now, it's a pretty standard looking cage, nothing out of the ordinary. It does have a couple of things that I find really interesting. So the grip looks like it's part of the body, but it's actually part of the cage itself. Because the camera is flat, SmallRig decided to add the additional grip on the cage, and I think that's a really, really good idea because it just gives me a much deeper groove to put my hands into, and I feel so much more secure holding the camera this way. You also have your mounting points on the side, which means the camera itself is locked in 3 different positions, meaning that there's no flex on the cage whatsoever. A lot of people are mentioning online the lack of mounting points on the ZR, and I think that's a fair comment, but when you have the cage in and it connects and locks in 3 different positions with no flex, you then have a bunch of other mounting points on the cage itself. So I think just adding a cage would easily solve that issue. The cool thing that SmallRig also do is a full-size to micro HDMI adapter, which can also help if you want to put external monitors, transmitters, and things of the sort. Personally, this isn't how I'm going to be using the camera, but certainly for a lot of productions, for a lot of people that would want to have these accessories in there, it does add a really good way to just use full-size HDMIs with the ZR. And the cool thing is that you can actually fix it in place so that it doesn't come out. I mean, this is me holding it by the cable. That's not going absolutely anywhere. So although having R3D raw footage is absolutely fantastic, and don't worry, you're going to see some sample footage later on in the video, I thought it'd be really good to discuss having really good picture profiles in the camera as well, because that's something that's going to be really important if you're just doing a travel vlog or something quick where you don't have time to color grade and you want to push it out straight into social media. Now, Nikon has collaborated with Red to develop 9 different picture controls that can be preloaded into the camera and just burn into the footage in SDR, 10-bit or 8-bit. One of them is actually built into the camera, which is the CineBias Red profile, but you can download the other 8 straight from the Nikon Imaging Cloud. So here is a test of how all picture controls look like straight out of the camera. I'm doing a vlogging test with the new Nikon ZR. I just have the built-in microphone at the moment, and of course I'm shooting R3D 6K RAW, which I think is exactly how the camera was designed to be shot at. Beautiful, beautiful image quality.
So I've now switched over to the shotgun microphone, and it gives us a really good opportunity to compare the sound quality between the two of them. I think this sounds great when I did a few tests at home, but obviously being outside in the park with loads of people, you know, there's children talking, there are birds, there are drones, I'm on the Heathrow flight path as well, so we get planes and of course the wind. So it'd be really, really good to see how it sounds to you guys. So let me know down in the comments. So I'm definitely not a vlogger. This is just a quick test for you guys to see. I've got the onboard stabilization now set to normal. Some people have reported that it looks better for vlogging if you use it in sport mode, so it's something that we're going to be comparing as well. I'm just using the Nikon 20mm 1.8 lens. I thought it was a great kind of walk around vlogging lens. The screen on this camera is amazing. I can see everything that I'm doing, really bright and clear. So yeah, no complaints about this setup so far. I have the SmallRig cage, which is giving me the extra hand grip, which makes it much easier for me to hold the camera whilst I'm vlogging. So now I've got the camera set to sport mode. When I'm filming, it's quite useful to be able to pan left or right while shooting handheld, but for vlogging, don't really see a difference so far. I mean, let me know if you see anything in terms of on versus sport mode. So this is just me walking around. Again, I've got the 20mm at arm's length, and any shake you see is probably due to the fact that I'm holding this out quite far. So now I've got zero stabilization on, and you guys are gonna see everything kind of shake all over the place. I'm quite shaky normally anyway, partly because I'm holding this with one hand at kind of arm's length. So this is just me holding the camera sort of like, I try to keep it together. But yeah, let me know the difference. Let me know down in the comments which one you prefer, with stabilization off, on, or just in sport mode. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This was just a quick video on doing a little bit of vlogging, which is something that takes me completely out of my comfort zone, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm certainly going to be doing a lot more content around the Nikon ZR, so if you've enjoyed it and you want to stick around, please do comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see